Oh, hello. Welcome.
Hello.
We are so glad to be here today. It's Winter Greens Workshop Day, Lynda. Are you
Yes,
excited?
it is. I'm excited and I'm ready.
Yes, we are ready for you. So and Lynda can see all these comments too. We've got a bunch of people coming in from all over the place. Thank you. And so welcome. We're so glad that you're here. First and foremost, my name is Aubrey Ellerbrock, and today we have Lynda Remmers with us. She's, for those of you who are new around here, she's our co-founder. She's a designer, digitizer, owns local quilt shops, and she's in one of her stores today in a little nook and cranny to show you guys how to make winter greens. So
Yeah, I'm all set up in my little corner.
that's awesome. And we do have a lot of newbies who are joining us, especially after festival. So just wanted to say hello to you. If you're new around here, we're the home of everything quilt pieced. applique all in the hoop of your embroidery machine. And what sets us apart from a lot of others is all the quilting you see in our designs is always included, which is very nice. So what we're going to do today is we're going to stitch out winter greens. Lynda's going to do that and show you how it's done. Should we show them their free gift first, Lynda?
I think we should. Do they know they're getting a free gift?
Well, I think a lot of them do, but this might be a surprise to some of you, but
Okay.
most of you know, and most of you already have it. But here
Oh,
is
yes.
our free gift. How precious are these? These are little coasters. And Lynda made these. I didn't do any of this, but Lynda made this. And it's so cute, these little pine cones. Look at that. That really pops out. Even on the camera, it looks really nice.
I
So
saw some people posting pictures. They're going to use them for hostess gifts, which I think
yes,
is great.
yes.
Simple and quick. Use your scraps up.
Absolutely. So these
Mhm.
are adorable. And she put this is actually fabric back there, so you could change that up too, and the back of the fabric. And then the one that I remember seeing in our Facebook group, she even tied like a little red
Yeah.
ribbon around it for her hostess gift, which I thought was just added a nice little sweet touch. So
Yes.
so this you will get free with your registration. It was an automatic download. So you can get started on this. But we have the rest of the collection that you're going to want to, right?
Right.
All right, my dear. So do you want to take over and get started?
And go ahead and do the demo.
Oh, should we show them what we're making? We should probably show them what we're
Yeah,
making.
that might be a good idea so they have a clue.
All right. Well, I'm going to make my screen big for a minute so I can play Vanna White, okay? And show
Mhm.
off Linda's samples that she made. But they happen to be here with me in Ohio. So what we're going to make today is a block from our winter greens design. And here it is. It is the most adorable table topper. And what I love about this is look at the pine cones from your free gifter in there. It's got some amazing stitching and this really cute rounded border. But what's really neat about this is it comes in two sizes, which we'll get into in a little bit too, but this is the smaller of the two. And then it goes up to a 7-inch. So you can make it, depending on your hoop size in your machine, you could even make this larger version. How beautiful is this? And what I love about it, Lynda, is it's winter greens. You can leave this up
Right.
past Christmas. So you can put this table topper out even throughout January, early February. The other thing that's really cool, not only do you get the two sizes in the round, you also get, drum roll, you want to tell them, Lynda?
Yes, you're also going to get as a, oh, the square? The
Yeah.
square one. Yes, there's a square layout in this particular design, which we've never done before. Typically, when we had the round ones, we just kept them round.
Yep.
Well, we decided to do a square layout, and Annie very cleverly made it into a pillow. So Aubrey's holding up the 5-inch blocks, which will make a 20-inch pillow, which is perfect size. So, and if I don't know if you mentioned it, Aubrey, it's pretty much all stitching except for the holly leaves, and that's an applique, but everything else is all stitching.
It's really cool. So, and I see a lot of comments saying beautiful. So, yes, it is super beautiful. And I love that you can coordinate between, maybe making the square size into the pillow, but also have your
Hmm.
table topper so it can kind of coordinate. And then, of course, you have your coasters to go with it. And we have a bonus you're going to want to, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But now that you know what it looks like, I'm going to hand it over to Lynda and she can show you actually how to make it, which is what we all want to know, right? So,
Yes.
Ginger, thank you. You're so kind and we appreciate you being on here all the time. We love you. Okay. All right. You want your machine on, Miss Lynda?
I'm going to talk a little bit about the
Okay.
instructions first. So let's see if I can find the camera. So let's see, let's start here. Here's the instructions I printed out just to kind of show you what they look like. And they show you your hoop sizes and your approximate finish size. So I'll go over that. The finish size for the 5-inch is about 19.5 inches square. And for the 7-inch, it's about 27.5 inches square. So that's what they look like right there. And then today we're going to cover block B4. and it is one of the rounded edge blocks. It's got a little rounded edge to it and some stitching, and it's got the little extra piece around the edge. So that's the block we're going to cover today. And I'm going to make my demo cam a little bigger. There we go. So we're going to talk today about block B4, like I said, and the supplies you will need are your battleizer and the hoop, and you will need an embroidery bobbin thread. So I'm going to use one of our pre-wound bobbins. You will also need a wash away thread. I'm not going to use wash away today because I want it shown on camera, but I will tell you when you use wash away in your various steps. So you will need that. You will need your outer background quilting thread. And since I'm using this fabric for my outer background, I'm going to match my quilting thread to that. For my inner background, I will need a quilting thread to match that. And then we will need a green thread to stitch the little pine tree leaves. We will need a brown thread for the branches. And then the winter berries, I'm going to go ahead and stitch them in a red. So those are all your threads. And in my hoop, I've already stitched step 1, which is my placement stitch. And in step 2, I need to align my outer border fabric, which is my teal. I'm going to align that over my placement stitches, keeping it centered and keeping about a ½ inch from all edges. In this step, you will also use the wash away thread. I'm going to go ahead and use teal because I'm not using this block in my design. This is just a little sample block. Wash away thread you would want to use though if this were your real block, because then you can wash away the stitches if they happen to show when you get your piece put together. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch step 2. So after step 2 is stitched, I'm going to trim the inside, leaving a scant ½ inch. And I am using my hoop scissors mini to do that. So now I've got this section, which is where my inner border or my inner background is going to go. So next, you will keep with the same water-soluble thread. Again, I have the teal in there, but you will use the water-soluble. You will place that over that empty spot in your battleizer, and I'm leaving about a ½ inch at the bottom and about a ½ inch on each side. And I will let that stitch down. Notice it's going to stitch a double row of stitching right here, because this is where we're going to trim nice and close, because it's going to act sort of like an applique. It's going to do a satin stitch over it later. So I've got a double row of stitching right here so I can trim nice and close. So now we're on step 4, and step 4 is going to do the quilting in the outer border, and I'm matching my thread to this fabric, which is my teal. So you're going to switch it from your water-soluble thread to your quilting thread for this color. And it's going to do like a stipple quilting in the background.
I like that you're using completely different fabric than what's in our other samples,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
gonna be
well,
beautiful.
it's not fun using the same colors all the time. It's kind of fun to change it up, right? And
Yeah,
this
and
is
then
a line of fabric that we have that's got teals and like a really pretty shade of red, which is what the winter berries will be. It'll be this like really pretty shade of
ooh, yeah.
burgundy red. And this background has a little tiny metallic gold, like a little crosser in it. Almost looks like a star.
Yeah, it's so pretty, and I think it just shows that you can do this. You can think outside of the traditional colors, right, that you would think of for
Definitely.
Christmas because it's more winter.
Exactly. So this is almost done. And my next step will be to switch it to this cream colored thread, which will be the quilting in the inner background part, and it'll do the same stipple quilting.
While she does that, I wanted to let you know we're also going to do a $20 giveaway today. So if you are watching live, you have to give StreamYard permission for us to view your comments, which I'll pop up how to do in just a moment. But the keyword today is winter. So if you type winter, you will be entered to win.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do our stippling in the inner background section. We got people watching from all over. I saw a few different ones in Canada.
Yeah. Well, if you live in Canada, you need some good winter decor that'll last you
Right.
a few months.
You can leave it out for 6 months.
And you'll have time to work on it because it'll be cold. We can say that because we're very close neighbors, right, Linda?
Right.
But I honestly think this would be beautiful in your home, even if you live in Florida. It's just something
Oh,
that
yeah.
is so pretty. And we've seen a lot of people doing like creams and different tones of creams and whites on different designs like that. All Things Jolly we saw
Oh,
the
my
other day.
gosh. That
Like
was beautiful.
this would probably be pretty like that too.
So the next step is to switch back to my teal thread because that's going to do the satin stitch. Sorry, I bumped the camera. It's going to do the satin stitch covering that raw edge. So this is a lot of stitching on this design. A lot of our designs have a lot more piecing and a lot more applique. This one I went with more stitching because I like that open stitch look that the leaves had, the eucalyptus leaves had. I thought it was pretty,
It is
something
pretty.
different.
Yes, Jill asked in the comments, do you have a pattern for this? And we sure do. In fact, when Linda tells me, I'll pull up some slides. We'll give you some more information on this. But yes, we have, not only do we have a pattern for it, we have basically limited time pricing and a bonus too. So stick around for that. We will get there.
Aubrey, do you have the USB handy?
I do.
Oh, perfect. We could show that too.
You want me to do that now or you want to keep it on?
Yeah, because this is going to stitch for a couple of minutes.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll pull us back up and then I will show the pattern cover so you know what you get. First of all, we do have this available as a download, but we also have it on USB. So you can choose either way. The download's nice because you get it right away and it'll always be in your account. But I know lots of people like to have it in their hand too. So we do have a USB version. And on the back, it shows the square layout. It has approximate finish sizes, which we can talk about too. But then Linda is super smart because she puts all the fabric requirements right inside there. So if you order this, get it from your store or even get it from us, you can easily find how much fabric you're going to need inside of this as well.
Okay, so this is about done. So the next thread I'm going to put on is for my pine needle. So I picked this nice pine green. And I saw someone made a comment about they're from Florida and there is a lot of pine trees there. There is a lot of pine trees there. So yeah, definitely.
Perfect. Someone asked, how do you like your CM17?
Well, what's not to love? What is not to love? Any brand new top of the line machine, I'm all about it. Love
Right?
them.
And then we also, someone said, I got this at my local dealer on Saturday. Awesome. We are going to shout
Yay!
out some local quilt stores in a little bit who do have this in stock. So that's great. Thank you for supporting them, Kathy.
So now it's going to do the little pine, what do you call them? Pine, they're not leaves. The little pine needles. It's going to do
Yeah,
that
pine
next.
needles. Someone asked how to give permission. I'll pop that up on the screen. If you open another window, don't close out of this one, open another window, go to streamyard.com/Facebook. It'll just ask you like 2 different questions and you'll be good to go. And by the way, I did see your name and comments, so you're good.
And the cool thing about giving Streamwood permission is that other places, although you only watch us, I'm sure, but other places that use StreamYard, you've given permission, so your comments will always show up. So
Yeah.
that is really handy.
And if you've ever done it before, you're good. You don't need to do it again.
So we're just about done with the pine needles. And the next thread is going to be a brown thread, which will be the stems over the pine needles.
I really like those colors. That's so cute.
Yeah, wait till you see all of them together. I've got all the block stitch that we're going to show tomorrow. I saw somebody ask if we're doing the same thing tomorrow. We are not doing the same thing tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to show how to trim the blocks, how to join them together, and how to finish it with the lining. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and stitch the stems. Pine bough, yes, that's what that's called. So Jude says, I notice you use your thread cutter. Does it make knots on the back? I've always turned mine off. Yeah, it makes knots on the back, but the back's not going to be seen because we're going to cover it with a backing. So I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, so next we're going to it's going to do the eucalyptus leaves, and eucalyptus isn't normally, well, sometimes it's this color, but I chose to match my border. So I'm going to put this thread back in there. So depending on your color choices, you can choose whatever color your eucalyptus wants to be is what you can pick.
Someone just asked, is there more than one size coaster? You know what she's talking about, right?
Yes, I think so.
We will show you. We will show you.
Would we call it the bonus gift?
Yes, we would. Annie just said she must have seen that cinnamon roll.
Oh yeah. The cinnamon roll distracted her.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, hopefully you guys can see the open stitching. I'll give you a better look at it when the block's done, but there's just some really pretty open stitching, not real dense fill. Kathy, you can be late. We won't mark you absent. Jeannie was talking to her husband. Hello. Hello, Jeannie. Okay, so the next color, the directions say to use a slightly darker color. I'm going to continue with this color just for speed, but the ones that I did the green, like the green leaf, I did use two different shades, and it just kind of gives it a real pretty outline. And we're almost done. So Nancy, I'm stitching with the Janome CM17, but this will work on any embroidery machine. This is the 5-inch block, so most of you will have a machine that will accommodate a 5-inch block. And the other size the design is a 7-inch block.
Welcome, Deborah. Everyone's saying winter because it's our keyword of the day, and we're doing a $20 store credit giveaway.
Just say it, Deborah. You want to win.
Just type it.
Okay, my next color is going to be the brown, and it's going to do the stem for the winter berry, which will end up in my teal part, which is my outer background.
Lynda, we also have a question from Joy. She said, can you please explain not using the thread cutter and pulling the bobbin thread up? I understand it has something to do with knots on the back.
Okay, so let me get this started because I can't talk and chew gum at the same time.
Me neither.
So right now I'm working on a block that does not have the quilt back on the back of the block. That's hard to say. This block just has battleizer on the back. So I'm not concerned with pulling up a bobbin thread and using a thread cutter because none of the back is going to show when my piece is completely finished. So let me know if that makes sense.
And I also think you're probably thinking of how we do it when the backing is on in the hoop. We're doing this one a tad different.
Right. This one is different. So we're not worried about thread cutter on the back. We're not worried about pulling up the bobbin. We're not worried about changing out the bobbin. It's just got I'm using like a embroidery pre-wound bobbin is what I'm using. So frankly, I'm not concerned about what the back looks like because it'll never be seen.
Diana is absolutely right. The stitching, the way you're doing it, it gives a little airy look to the real weave.
Yeah, I like that look. Thank you. Oh, we got some latecomers. And like I said earlier, we're not going to mark you absent. You can always watch the replay later. Okay, so my last color is going to be doing my winter berries. Now on the samples Aubrey has, I think we made them blue. On this one, I'm going to make them this pretty shade of red. So my needle threader is deciding to not work right, so I'll just thread it myself.
Well, I've got slides if you want me to flip over while you get set.
You can do that, Aubrey, because this has about, let me see, I've got about 6 minutes to go. So you can do that while I stitch these little winter berries out.
Okay. I will do that. And then I saw a couple questions about the double wedding ring. We actually did that during our virtual quilt hop. So if I was you, maybe email Nina at hoopsisters.com and she can maybe tag you in that video because we did do that. All right. So first and foremost, Lynda, you just holler when you want the camera back over there. But in the meantime, I do want to give a shout out to some shops because these shops have this in stock. So they have the USBs in stock. They also have the free gift and they have the bonus and they can give you the 10% pricing if they choose to do that. So it'll also save you shipping. So if you have a shop in your area, highly recommend reaching out to them and ordering through them. And I do know some of you have already done that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So we also have some that are I want to point out, we have some in Ontario as well, Illinois, New York, Connecticut, Ohio, Florida, Pennsylvania, and then I have a whole nother page over here. So just know that if you are near any one of these shops, they have this. They ordered it and they're ready to help you out. So that's what I wanted to mention first. I'll post that in the VIP group separately too after our live. So as we already mentioned, Lynda is making the winter greens project, but I know we had some latecomers hop in. So this is what she's making. It's absolutely beautiful. It's called winter greens. We do have it available it comes in 5-inch and 7-inch. And when you order this, by the way, this USB or the download, it has both the sizes and it's multi-formatted. So it doesn't matter what machine she's using her CM17, but whatever embroidery machine that you have, as long as you can do a 5-inch block, you can do this. So it's really exciting. This one also, we have it in not only 2 sizes, we also have it in a round layout as well as a square layout. So that makes it nice. You can choose to make a square table topper, or you could even do what Annie did. She turned it into a pillow. And I love this thing. It's an adorable pillow. So also, we always like it when we can be lazy, but cute in our decorating. Like you can leave this out a little while and it's not going to expire anytime soon. There's a picture of the pillow. We do recommend pairing this with battleizer. And our battleizer is going to be the first step in the instructions. It'll say, no, step 1, hoop your battleizer. Battleizer is our combination of batting and stabilizer all in one product. I have it right here. This is the 5-inch size, and it's perfect because you only have to hoop one thing. You do not need to add stabilizer when you use this, and it's made specifically for use with our designs. Highly, highly recommend this. The other really cool thing is when you hang out with us on our workshops, we give you the best pricing possible for 2 days. And when you pair the 5 yards of battleizer with the design, whether it's download or USB, you put those both in your cart and you're going to automatically get 10% off, which is really nice. In fact, I see Nina's watching. If she could drop the link in there, the ordering link, that would be great too. So you don't need a coupon code, and you can save 10% if you get the design and the 5 yards of battleizer. So that's really nice. Okay, let's talk about that oversized coaster that someone saw, should we? Maybe Lynda should talk about it.
I think we should change it from a hot pad to a soup coaster because it's
A
soup
soup
weather.
a soup coaster would be perfect.
Yeah, so there is a cute little, I called it a hot pad, and I believe in the instructions I had you, yeah, there you go. I had you using, I forgot the name of it. It just left my brain. The stuff that you use for
The
heat.
thermal stuff.
Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah, that stuff.
Yeah, but you could just use battleizer and use it for like a mug rug or anything. It's just cute.
I
Extra
put a
large
candle on
wine
it. I
glass.
think it's adorable.
You put a candle. Is that what that is? A candle.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
got
A bowl of chili.
Yeah, it's one of those big candles that has 3 wicks in it too, so it's a really
Yeah.
nice size. So the
Yeah.
free gift is the coaster. The bonus this time around, if you get the bundle, which we call it, is the design and the 5 yards of battleizer. So if you put both of those in your cart, not only is it going to take 10% off, it's automatically going to put the bonus in your cart. So I love that. Love that so much. If for some reason you don't need battleizer, or you live in Australia and you don't want to pay the shipping to get it there, but
I
you
saw
really
someone
want the
in New
bonus,
Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah, all over the place. So we understand that too, but unfortunately we're in the US, or not unfortunately, but we're in the US, so we're not close to everyone. But the other thing that you can do to get the bonus for free is just put any sort of product in your cart to get your cart to $66.98. So there's 2 ways you can get the bonus. There's only one way you can save 10%, and that's the design and the 5 yards of battleizer. And it's all automatic. I saw someone ask that. So yes, it's all automatic for you. All
And
right.
Wenda mentioned Insulbright. Insulbright, that's what's inside the hot pad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you,
But
Wenda.
it definitely can just be battleizer depending on how you're using it.
Yeah, I think it's adorable, and you can make it functional by using that. So that's fantastic. All right. So the pricing, the 10% off and the bonus, that's only good through end of day tomorrow when our workshop ends. So that is very limited time pricing just for hanging out with us during the workshop. So make sure you go and grab it if that's what you want to do. All right, Lynda, you want me to put your machine back?
Yeah. Yeah. Put my machine back, please.
There you go.
So let's see. There you go. There's our block. Hopefully you can see it. Let me get this in a little better location.
That's
There we
so
go.
cute. It's so
And
pretty.
I saw someone asking to see the back, so I will show you the back. There it is. So yeah, you can see your little thread cuts and everything, but none of that is going to show when the whole thing is finished. So I'm not really concerned about it. The only time we bring up our bobbin thread, like I said, is on some of our designs, we'll put the back on and we'll do all the quilting. And then we bring up the bobbin and we don't use the thread cutter. So that's the reason. And tomorrow we will go ahead and trim this block, and I'll show you how to lay it out, and I'll have it partially put together, and we'll finish putting it together tomorrow and add the backing too. Maybe Aubrey, you could show real quick the back of one of our finished samples so they understand.
Yeah. Well, first I'll show you the pillow. So there's the back of the pillow. And then the back, this is the 5-inch sample. So you can see it's just all one piece back. Hopefully, is that showing okay, Lynda?
Yes.
Okay.
So you can see the stitch in the ditch there.
Yep. And the same thing, I'll show this one too on the back, the bigger one. And this one's even harder to see those seams because she used more of a print fabric.
Right.
but it makes it nice and simple, right? You don't have to add, it makes it faster.
Very simple, very fast. Hey, and should I mention the tree skirt idea that someone gave us?
Yeah.
So at Quilt Festival a couple of weeks ago, one of our ladies was looking at it and she goes, "Hey, this would make a cool tree skirt." So think about it. You could just you get the whole thing done, and this would kind of be sad, but you cut a cut a hole in the middle of it and then line it and then put a little binding
Yeah.
around the hole in the middle and around the open edge, and you've got an adorable little tree skirt from one of the small tabletop type trees. So
Yeah.
I love that idea.
I know it would be really cute. And you could have, and I also like that. So this is kind of a quick project. You could give it as a gift too.
Oh yeah,
So it's
yeah.
perfect to keep and perfect to give as a gift. So
I mean, depending on your hoop size, you could get a number of blocks in one hoop and just knock
mhm.
them out because the steps are the same.
Yeah, I love
Hmm.
that. Okay, so do the local stores have the bonus? Yes, ma'am, they do. So contact them. And I'm going to pop in here real quick. The keyword again was winter. And then I'm going to just quickly remind you a couple things on some slides. And then I will draw the winner. I'll give you guys a minute to, here we go. Give you guys a minute to type winter before I pick a winner for today. Just a reminder that the limited time pricing expires the end of day tomorrow. This design alone is $39.99. It is available on USB or digital download. And we do definitely recommend pairing it with our battleizer. And when you do that, not only are you going to have the right products to use while you're making it, you're going to save 10% during the limited time pricing. So reminder about that. And then also what's going to happen is if you put both of those things in your cart, you're going to get the bonus, which is kind of the oversized coaster or a hot pad, depending on what you put in the middle of it. And then if you don't need battleizer or live somewhere where you don't want to ship it all the way to another country, you can put $66.98 worth of downloads in your cart too. And it will give you the free bonus. Okay. And again, there's no coupon code needed. So it will just go straight in your cart the way that it needs to. All right, I'm going to check the comments quick. I just see a bunch of winter, winter, winter. But if you have questions, now is the time to pop it in there. And I'm going to share my screen and we'll pick a winner. Okay.
Woohoo! Can't wait.
All right. Where to go? There we go. Got it. All right. So we have 154 of you entered to win. And you're going to win, whoever's name it draws is going to win a $20 Hoop Sisters store credit. So you can use that for anything on our website, which is fantastic. All right. We have
Woohoo!
Missy Robertson. Congratulations, Missy.
Congratulations.
Yeah, $20 in store credit. That is awesome. And I am going to pop in here real quick, Missy. If you would get a hold of Nina, email her at nina@hoopsisters.com. Let her know that you are a $20 store credit winner, and she will pop that into your online account. And every time we get off these workshops, the phone starts ringing like crazy. There's her contact information. If you have questions about ordering or anything like that, Nina can help you. So be patient with her as she typically has a lot of customer service calls coming in, but that's how you get a hold of her for any help. All right, there's a couple questions in here, Lynda, but they're flying furious. Let me see. You're going so fast.
Something about a hexagon flower garden design. I believe that was a mystery quilt several years
Mhm.
ago, and that should be still on Facebook, correct?
It should be, but
Grandmother's flower
it was
garden.
grandmother's flower garden. There might be videos on YouTube and in this Facebook group, but that's an older one. It was, I forget what year it was, but it was a mystery quilt. So we definitely did weekly live videos on that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How
All
do I
right.
get the free coaster design?
Okay, the free coaster design, you will just add the free coaster design is either $66.98 in your cart or If you're planning on getting the design, also pop in the
But
battle.
that was the bonus. She's talking about the coaster. That was for registration,
Oh, the
correct?
free coaster, the little
Yeah,
coaster. Yeah, that was
right.
with registration. Someone asked me to show the square version again, so I will do that too. The free coaster would have been a download right when you registered. If you didn't yet register, I did leave that up. I'm being super nice and leaving it up just in case. But go to the website hoopsisters.com and register, and it'll download for you. And then I also have someone wanted to see the square version. And our square version we turned into a pillow, but you could do just a table topper with it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice big fluffy pillow too.
Yes.
Isn't that cute?
So Aubrey, if they got this design at our open house in August, how do they get the bonus?
That's a good question. I feel like they might have already got it, but I'll have to check. Or maybe we put it in there. I'll have to check on that. Well, you will
Okay.
get it. You will get it. Yes, you will qualify for it if you bought it earlier or you bought it at festival. There were two times you could have gotten it a little bit early. We'll make sure you have it, but I have to check because I don't remember. But I know we'll get it to you.
Mm-hmm.
With the bonus, when you spend the $66.98 is basically the larger version of the coaster, which Lynda designed it as a hot pad, but you could use it as a coaster too. So just to give you a little bit of reference, this is the bonus. This is the free gift. Does that help? Yes, A&A White has it. All right. Any other questions that we should answer? If you... All right, I think I answered all these. No, the $66.98 is not over the amount of wintergreens. It's just the total. So say, for example, you want wintergreens, but you don't want the battleizer. This would typically apply like if you live in another country or something like that, and you don't want to pay the shipping on the battleizer. So that would just apply to anything that you put in your cart with the total of $66.98. And you would get there if you got the design and the 5 yards of battleizer. So if you get that, you're good. But if you maybe didn't want one of those components, but you want the freebie bonus, that's how you would get it. Okay. We are doing a big annual quilt this year. I'm assuming you're talking about the shop exclusive. And we do have a shop exclusive for 2024 that you would get from your local quilt shop. They have some marketing things going on, the local quilt shops do, and I don't want to interfere with their sneak peeks and whatnot. So we will be showing that quilt, but not just yet. But we do have one. So check with your local quilt shop. They can show you and get you signed up and all that good stuff. So yes. The hot pad will probably be available separately if you don't want anything else. It'll be a $15 download only, but not until the event is over. Just to keep things simple with the automatic. We don't want to confuse people and have them pop it in their cart and end up paying for it when they don't need to. It will. Just hang on with us. It'll be a couple days though. Okay. If you only do the wintergreens USB, is there still a 10% discount? No, Jude, there is not. The 10% discount is just the bundle bonus. So when you bundle the battleizer and the design, whether it's USB or download, either way, that's our bundle bonus is what we call it. And that's what's 10% off. Okay. So the best deal you can get, the very best way to do this, if you want the most savings and the most freebies, is to put the 5 yards of battleizer and the design in your cart. And when you do that, you're going to get 10% off. It's the only way to get 10% off. And you're also going to get the bonus, and the bonus will pop in automatically. Okay. That's the best way to do it. If you're looking to save the money and get the free bonus, that'll do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I think I got it all. But if not, we will keep checking the comments. Thank you all for joining us. Come back tomorrow at the same time, same place. And Lynda is going to demonstrate our trimmer by George, which I have here. You're also going to talk about joining and backing options, correct?
Absolutely.
All right.
That's the plan.
That's the plan, Stan. Okay, well, we'll see you all back here tomorrow. We'll probably do another giveaway too for some store credit, so you might want to join us live. But
Definitely.
all right, thank you, Lynda.
Thank you, Aubrey. Bye-bye.
Bye.